Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the reading for Leo for the month of September 2018. Okay, Leo, so the energy surrounding you guys this month for September is the Hierophant. So the Hierophant talks about belief systems, authorities. So it's about questioning your belief system this month, Leo. What means to you? What's your belief system? In other words, what was your religion? What is your religion? What's your faith? So the Hierophant covers all those kind of rules and regulations we have for ourselves. So this is what we're going to be talking about for you this month, Leo, for September. Okay, let's have a look where you are right now. Ace of Cups. Fabulous emotional energy and abundance available for you. Now, the Ace of Cups can also talk about meetings with people that perhaps we've known before, perhaps we haven't, but it's just that instant connection where we just get that great feeling of being at one with each other. So, but this can also relate to jobs, work, all these kind of situations where we feel emotionally fulfilled. So what a wonderful card to start with, Leo, for September. It's full of promise and just connection-wise, just going with it and enjoying and feeling really good about yourself. So now we're going to see how you got there, Leo. Four of Swords. Sitting out, observing is how you got here. And sometimes this is when we do come across these amazing connections in life, when we're not expecting them. We're just sitting there doing our own thing, relaxing, viewing the world from our position, not really expecting too much. And there it comes. It's almost a meditative card, the Four of Swords. It sort of asks you to take a step out sometimes and just observe life rather than being in the running and rushing around and really accomplishing what. But when we do take that time to sit back and observe, it's amazing what will cross our paths because we're free of any expectation. Okay, let's have a look at the background of this situation. King of Swords. Okay, time to really, in the past there's just been this energy of being organised, making plans, getting things done, ticking off that list, just being prepared in your mind. King of Swords is an amazing mental energy that's he's very strong, he's very clear of thought. He's somebody that we can go to in life sometimes for some expert advice in whatever particular field we need it. He could be anybody in that capacity that could help you. Or it could be just that in yourself of getting organised, of being organised, and having become organised, you've found yourself here in this amazing Ace of Cups. So a wonderful start for you guys. And that organisation of the King of Swords is always helpful for our daily lives anyway, because we just have a feeling of satisfaction once these lists are ticked off and things are done. We feel like we're getting somewhere. So there's your King of Swords. If he's a person that's been hanging around or in your environment, he is that person that you could actually talk to about things, and he will give you a very direct response. He's very clear. Clarity of thought is his middle name, really, the King of Swords. Okay. Recent influences. Knight of Wands, quick moving, very swift moving action with the Knight of Wands. He governs the sign of Sagittarius, which is interesting, your fellow fire sign. So Knight of Wands can often interprets the fact that, you know, there's been a swift change of direction for you, whether that be moving house, travelling, all these sorts of things that come in suddenly. And suddenly we do a U-turn and think, oh, I've got to go back the other way, which is quite interesting with the Knight of Swords and Wands, and he comes in quite quickly. So be prepared for fast-moving events, things that suddenly happen and take off very quickly. So that's the Knight of Wands, but an action-packed card as well, as he is the Knight of Wands. So yeah, be prepared for that. If it hasn't already happened to you by the second week of September, don't worry, it will. The lesson that you're learning or will learn in September is, or what to look out for, Nine of Wands. So keep moving forward. Don't be, it's a card actually of nearly reaching your destination, but being quite exhausted and thinking, I'm never going to get there. You will get there. You can see land. You've been at sea for a while, but that's okay. It's just that energy card where a lot of energy's been spent, and so then we just figure, how can we do the last 100 meters? How can we just get that? And you can do it, Leo, because this is one of your suit, the Wands, fire, action, having that energy to get to where you need to go. So lesson nearly complete, Leo. So don't give up whatever you do in September. Just keep striving for that destination. And with what you have already here, you've got a pretty good backup happening for you in September. You've got the wherewithal to get through and complete the task at hand. The near future, the Star, so you're on track. Coming second, third week of September, just people that have crossed your path, especially with this Ace of Cups sitting here, it's all destined to be. So whatever else comes with it, we take that with us as well. We don't just take the good and throw the bad out in the tip. We keep it and we say, okay, these are the lessons I'm learning with the Star, and it's meant to be because it's taking me to where I need to go on my path. It's a divine card. It's a very karmic card. So it's very nice to have it sitting in your reading, Leo, for September, because it just reaffirms to you, you are where you're meant to be. For positive and negative, learn from the negative and embrace the positive and be thankful for it. Fabulous card. So people, situations, all those interesting aspects are meant to be there for you in September. Let's see what's happening that you're not realising. Five of Wands. Okay, more Wands. Typical for Leo. Okay, Leo, they might, in terms of getting to your destination, as we spoke about in the Nine of Wands, almost there, almost there. The Five of Wands is a bit of a distracting card because sometimes we kind of are that busy, we lose the focus on what we're really meant to be doing. What's the actual aim of all this busyness? Are we achieving our goals, or are we being sidetracked by people and events? And we do have some Wands here, so things moving quickly, we can easily get confused and forget where we're meant to be heading. So just remember that. Keep that focus, Leo, and just keep driving towards the goal. There will be, of course, like with anything, there's things that, obstacles that just appear in your path, and you're like, oh my God, now I have to deal with that. But that's okay. As long as the focus is kept, you'll be fine. Just to keep going towards that end destination, not to be sidetracked too much by people, things, other stuff that might just land in your track. How others see you. Three of Wands, yeah, growth, expansion, doing well. Ready for, yeah, it's almost like you've got really great foundation. So once again, looking at the Five of Wands, keep that in mind as to where you're getting to eventually. You've got the foundations in place, so just keep striving for that goal. You've got the energy, you've got everything you need to have, and this is what your fellow fellow people are looking at and going, oh my God, look, she's doing really well, it's going really well. So that's a really nice positive view of how other people see you. Always in the action, Leo, always striving for yet another conquest of some sort. But it's great, and it's for your namesake, so that's who you are. So own that. Positive feelings. Yeah, okay, so decisions. Two of Wands is just a decision to make. So you can see sort of Two of Wands leaves us stuck in a way because we think, oh, well, I'm not sure what to do. But the main meaning of the Two of Swords is just to make a decision and step forward, because the more you sit there and not want to do anything about it, the worse it gets and nothing happens. It's like an inaction card. It's like sort of too much going on in your head, which doesn't really work for Leos because they're action people. They're not really people to get stuck in their head with that mental energy. Should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? And then we sit there and nothing gets accomplished. So with all the other cards you have here today, you can see it's good to, you know, to recognise that, yeah, there is that sense of being stuck on which decision to make, which track to take, which road to take. But you just need to take action. The final outcome. And there, once again, we're stuck in our head again by the end of September. So, typical end of September, we're in Libra, so it's the air signs. So it's that mental energy. So suggestions for Leos: do not get into your head about these sort of decisions or fear. Fear for what? Fear of the unknown. We don't know that. And it's that anxious energy too, the Nine of Swords. It's like, oh my God, what have I done? But no, don't go there. Just use your action to get you moving. Do things. Try not to dwell in your mind, because your mind really won't resolve anything. It'll just go around and around, coming up with the same, like the Two of Swords. So I'm just going to pull an additional card for those last two, because for Leo, I know that's quite bothersome to have that kind of energy. You don't like it. So we just want to see what else they've got to say about this. First we'll go here, and then we'll go here. So let's have a look. Underneath the indecision we have King of Wands, one of your own. Yeah, look, just go for it. You have great leadership skills, you have great creativity, you know all these things. You know that you just have to move with it. Make action, don't sit there dwelling mentally. Action is your middle name, so off you go. You've got everything you need to do it. He's very much a movement card, the King of Wands. Very leadership oriented, he runs the show. He's also a troubleshooter, so you know what you have to do. Get in there and solve the problem. Let's see what's underneath this Nine of Swords. The anxious, fear-filled card. Yeah, well, money, stability. Yeah, this is a perfectly understandable card. If you are worried about security, money, those sorts of everyday worries that we all have, you shouldn't be, because it's going to be fine. You've got a good setup. You've got everything that you need. Doing very well with the Ten of Pentacles. So just take note of the King of Wands and the King of Swords, and just use clarity of thought and action to just move into this final outcome, and you'll find post that really the worry was for nothing. Okay, Leo, happy September. Thank you.